Welcome back, everyone, and today in this video I'm going to share with you the mindset I feel is needed to grow to 10K months in the online coaching and consulting space. And it all started from a quote I seen a while back and really love from George Bernard Shaw, which states, and I quote, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man." End quote. So I'll ask out loud, which one of those best describes you? If you're an online business owner and entrepreneur watching this, then it's not hard to figure out. I'm Dion Dalton, founder of Push Alliance, where we make business growth easy for online coaches and consultants. I've had the pleasure of working with over 100 entrepreneurs to simplify their journey and growth in their business. And my experiences and observations in the online business space have led me to the thoughts I'm about to share with you. Because the world is a crazy place, right? Life can be hard. Every day is challenging. We all start off life with a bright light, right? Crazy imagination and these big dreams. But something happens along the way to most of us. As the day turns to night and night back to day, over the years, we mature and that bright light begins to dim. What started out as us seeing the world and our lives a certain way turns into life smacking us in the face and saying, "Wake up, you're an adult now. It's time to stop dreaming. Time to stop being unreasonable and start being real." However, if you're watching this, then you have a desire to grow or do something that may not be normal or reasonable to a lot of people, but to you, it makes perfect sense. To you, it seems absolutely normal, and you wonder to yourself, why doesn't everyone else see it the same way you do? Others relate to you in words. Others say things to you to make you believe that they want what you want or see the world in a similar way. And maybe they do, but never truly act on it. And somewhere along the line, there's a break in the chain and they begin to fall in line. They start to make life the way it's been for them make sense, thinking logically about the situation and becoming reasonable about it. They adapt themselves to the world. But what about those who don't conform? The ones who refuse to open their eyes and think logically. They stay the course, trying repeatedly, failing countless times, but still hoping to get it right. They swim against the current in an unreasonable pursuit to reach the island because deep down, they can't settle for the way things are. To them, it's not right, and it never has been. And I believe that the people who truly make a difference and change the world are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs start businesses because they believe they have a solution to a problem, often one they've personally encountered and know others face as well. And for them, the choice is simple. They can continue dealing with the problem as they always have, or they can create the change they wish to see, solving the problem for themselves and others, which brings about the next challenge of raising awareness about their solution and getting it into the hands of those who need it. And as expected, great opportunities are always accompanied by great challenges. And to achieve something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. It sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things to do, and that's controlling and growing yourself, especially when everyone else in your space, all the things you see and hear, and the way you were raised is to the left. And that's where you've been your entire life. But to change the situation and be extraordinary, you have got to go right. There's no one over there when you first make that decision. You're all alone, and that's why most people with the hunger for more in their life quit. Or as George Bernard Shaw says, they adapt themselves to the world and go left. Because simply put, it's the path of least resistance and the most comfort. But to those that dare to be different, those that refuse to lean back on logic and continue to dream and be unreasonable, despite the obstacles and odds not being in their favor, right? Cheers to you. Normal thinking and the greatest odds would tell you to be reasonable and think rationally. But think about it. Have you ever seen significant change or life-altering success come about from rational thinking? Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk all had these crazy ideas that people told them wouldn't work, wasn't possible, and that they were crazy to even be thinking of, right? They were told they were being unreasonable. And we all know now that their unreasonable or illogical thinking is the reason behind unthinkable progress and success in the lives of so many. Being reasonable won't allow you to do that. You'll just be mediocre, and nothing's wrong with that if that's what you want. But if it's not truly what you want, then you must be okay with being at peace with yourself for being unreasonable in your approach while being at war with the world. Because great change doesn't come about without great sacrifice. You can't be normal and great at the same time. You have to draw a line in the sand and decide which side of that line you want to be on. And not just one time, but make that choice every single day. You need frequent reminders and reinforcements because you'll be constantly pulled away from your true desires or that which you're aligned with because most people are not the way you are. And being unreasonable means you want to be extraordinary, which by definition means you can't do what ordinary people do. You're a dreamer. Most people stop dreaming. They stop thinking big and lean back on logic. And that's not you. So here are 3 key takeaways from what we went through here today to think about as you kick off or continue forward on your entrepreneurial journey. The first thing is you need to embrace being unreasonable. Innovation comes from challenging norms and persistently adapting the world to your vision. Next is being extraordinary requires departure from the ordinary, and achieving greatness means leaving the easy path and embracing the solitude of pursuing the really hard. And number 3, right, daily commitment to your vision. Being extraordinary means constant recommitment to greatness and resisting the pull of societal norms back down to reality. Now, in all honesty, doing this alone is incredibly tough. One of the best solutions I've found as an online business owner is to change my environment to minimize external challenges. I wanted to make things easier by surrounding myself with extraordinary people like me who I don't get punished by for not being reasonable. If you don't have an environment with other online business owners that you have frequent interactions with, pushing themselves as hard as you are to defy the norm, to grow their online business and achieve greatness, we have that for you at Push Lines. Link is in the description. But those are my thoughts from my experiences along my journey. There are many online coach and consultant business owners that feel stuck and isolated in their business, and I don't want you to be one of them. Until next time.